Okay. It's your Death Sentence All Destroyer. Alright, let's do my characteristic screenshot here. So let's try to... I want to make sure at least if the people are here, I want to get their replays in before we get into the rank talk. Just out of respect to them for showing up. I think that's important, so... if that means that we start our rank talk a little bit late, so be it. I'm not going to worry about that. I hope you guys don't mind, and you agree with that decision, but I think it's important to feature as many people as we can that are here. Okay, so anyway... War Eagle is, let's see, and I don't have access to your Discord, so unless you're on the Kraken one, you're... Oh, let's get you in. 1 second. How can I do this? How can I do this? I can go to invite to use that. And War Eagle, I'm going to send it to you as a direct message or whisper on Twitch. There you go, sir. Once you get in, just drop into one of the chats. I'm in the Recording Go Away channel. Unless if you have the World of Warships NA community chat on Discord, we can do that too. Oh, there you are. Hey. You there, Mr. War Eagle?
Yeah, just messing with my push to talk real quick.
Perfect. Alright, well,
I have it set to a mouse button that flips me back whenever I'm doing, like, it back tabs you. So I'm
that's
gonna
fun.
exit your stream. Kind of switch that real quick.
Gotcha. Cool. Well, hey, thanks for the replay and for jumping in. It's always nice to be able to chat with someone while we do this.
Yeah, thanks for having me. It was just a cheeky sort of different replay that I thought might be interesting, because in this game, as you'll see, it's you usually have your Des Moines sort of island humping tactics, but you'll see how the team starts to go. It's me and this Fletcher completely by myself at A, so I have to play the rare kiting main battery mod 3 Des Moines, but
yep.
it'll as you will see, interesting things happen.
You have main battery 3 too, so you've got reload.
Yeah, so I'm working with only a 15-8 kilometer range here.
Nice. Looking at your flag setup, you've got fire chance, consumable reload, credit reduction, repair party booster, commander XP, and fire reduction. Cool.
Yep. That's usually my sort of standard-ish, because bunch of flags, may as well throw them on. The only time I really change it's for clan battles or King of the Sea, so.
Yep, and interestingly enough, so you've got, so Des Moines, for those of you guys that don't know about Des Moines, very good rate of fire, low range, we just kind of mentioned, incredibly, well, I mean, not incredibly poor, but pretty poor armor scheme, so battleships just look at you and you go, boom. Not as bad as Mantar, though.
So you can even see in the chat, I'm telling the Fletcher, I got a bad feeling about this.
Yeah, nice Star Wars reference there. But, you know, if he wants to go right into the cap being radar, that's fine, right? You're not going to say no.
Yeah, pretty much. And it's radar mod too, so he's stuck for a full duration.
I'm gonna pause it here for a sec. I want you guys to see this. So this is what we call kiting. For those of you guys who aren't familiar with the term, you're shooting while you're going away, but you're still able to get all your guns to bear. And the reason it's nice is you can turn your ship away and angle from incoming fire, like this Tirpitz or the Minotaur. I noticed that you also have Hydro instead of defensive fire.
Yeah, that one's, I always forget to switch it after clan battles.
Makes sense.
So. And something I do different here than I normally do is I'm showing a lot more side than I kind of normally would to that battleship because it's a Tirpitz, so its 15-inch guns can't overmatch me, so I can be a little more risky with it and just annihilate this poor Fletcher.
And of course Minotaur, so switch to AP.
May as well. He's not really doing anything to me.
Now the advantage of kiting, in addition to what I was saying earlier, is that it forces like the Tirpitz, he's got to push into you, and the Minotaur can't just sit there the whole time. At some point you're going to get out of his range.
Right.
Oh, torpedo hit. 2! He's going to be hurting. Aminir is absolutely right. If you want to ensure that you have a destroyer or a carrier game, switch to Hydro. And if you don't want a carrier game, switch to defensive. That's how it always works for me too.
Or with me, it's, you know, you want to ensure you don't have a carrier game, don't run your minnow AA captain. Try to grind your other minnow captain. Then you get all the CVs.
But you're absolutely right. There really isn't that much of a heavyweight in battleships on your side. I mean, there's really only the Montana to be worried about, and he's on the other side of the map.
Right. And another thing I do too to sort of gauge how much side I can show when I'm kiting away like this, because I am pretty broadside to the forces down closer to B. But since I have a priority target, I can kind of gauge who's looking at me, and I know the Tirpitz is looking at me. I figured the minnow was probably there as well, and then I guess the third one was this Fletcher, so I knew I was fairly safe to show a little more side than maybe typical.
Right. Good point.
So yes, priority target is great for that, to, you know, just sort of gauge how greedy you can be and how greedy you can't be just by knowing who's looking at you.
Yep. Yeah, I like using that tool. It's really useful too when you know torpedoes are coming your way, because you see it flip off and then back on and again. Oh, you're just inside secondary range.
I'll have to catch up a bit here. Oh, yep, there we go.
Yeah, the stream's about, I think, a 20-30 second delay.
I mean, since he's bow on to me, I'm not too worried about too much secondary fire, and his little pinpricks are just going to activate my AR, and I'm going to do even more damage to him, so...
Yep. Well, and then he shows side. He's getting frustrated, obviously, so he shows side to try to get all of his guns to bear.
Yep.
Just dirty AP salvos. Now, one thing you could do right here is turn bow in, but I don't know if you want to with that Alabama there too.
Right, and that's exactly what I'm thinking, is with that Alabama there. And I can also see that my target indicator's going up, so I'm just trying to be ready to show a little less, more tail and less side to at the very least decrease my chances of being hit.
And the Fletcher, man, that smoke probably is safe as bacon, but it's still keeping you invisible too, which is nice.
Right. That's another nice thing too about a main battery mod 3 Des Moines is if I was running range, I might be spotted by the people in B, because my detect would go out farther, but since I'm not running it, I'm not. It
Yeah,
allows me to farm more.
kind of like why you wouldn't take AFT in the Akizuki.
Yeah, something like that.
Oh boy, radar. And you're like, I have radar too. Nice. There goes the Minotaur.
There are a few things funner in life than just destroying Minotaurs with Des Moines AP.
Well, especially when they're giving you a nice, tasty broadside like they were.
Yeah, a little far behind. I should have been on those shots, but they connected, so.
And he's showing you side, so why not?
Yup.
Now he fired, so turn in. There you go. Only a little bit of hit there. HE.
Yep, and this guy will shoot HE for the remainder of his time in the game, so I know I'm pretty safe just to sort of show side and charge in to save some time to put myself in a better position to deal with the Hindenburg and remaining destroyers.
Absolutely.
Like getting closer to the cap quicker.
Well, and now, I mean, you're perfectly well suited for the rest of this battle for hunting down the 2 destroyers with your hydro and radar.
Another
Outside.
thing.
Sorry, go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
Oh no, I didn't. I thought I had more time before the Hindenburg showed up. But just reading chat, another thing, yeah, the shorter range handicaps you in that you have to chase more. But on the Des Moines, the shells are so dang floaty that you're really gonna hit stuff consistently at that range anyway.
Yeah.
May as well.
Enemy cruisers sunk.
That's a really good point.
I mean, I actually was a range mod MBM3 for the longest time as well, and it wasn't until one of the guys in my clan convinced me to try out main battery mod 3, tried it, had a game where I think a battleship and 2 cruisers just sailed broadside right in front of me while I was hugging an island like 4 kilometers away. It was horrendous, but yeah, this is very fun. I think I'm keeping it. I'm just playing it more and more. I've seen more and more advantages.
Yeah, I might have to give it a try too. The other thing I find about DM is even if you're parking up against an island and daring the enemy to push you, once they do push you, that MBM3 really helps.
Right.
Probably more than range would.
Our team is taking the lead.
Well, not bad, 190k.
Rip Kraken.
Yeah. Gunstar, the replays are jumpy like that because, I don't know. They just get that way, especially at max range. I think it's because the computer's trying to render the ship and it's constantly updating, but it's not updating from the server, it's updating from the file. And I don't think the file updates as often as the server does. If that makes any sense.
So I'm actually doing something pretty neat right here. I I can tell that I'm detected, but I can also tell that I have his RPF. So that means I'm the closest ship to him.
Yep.
And he's somewhere within my detection bubble. So you can see me pinging the map here. You know, I know that this guy is somewhere to my west, because if he wasn't, then somebody else would have RPF. So this way, I'm using his own skill to track him down.
Yeah.
So, and you can see our Hindenburg trying to say, no, he's over here. And I'm trying to explain to him, no, I can tell he's over here. So the moment my radar comes off cooldown, we'll pop it and see if he's there.
Also with the torpedoes, the fact that you've got the one that's farther out and then the one that's closer, it's almost like he is heading towards the east. It's hard to tell though, because it looked like he sent one off. Because a lot of times when you can see when they shoot, the one that's farther away is the one that they fired first. But again, yeah, I mean that RPF would have switched if that was the case. Radar time.
I think I hold it just a little bit low, yeah. Sort of know he's cornered at the edge. And now it's just a matter of trying not to choke with my aim.
and Yamamoto firing back at you. Oh, you got the Minotaur! Those torpedoes were spotted with your hydro.
Oh, I didn't even know he got the Minotaur. I didn't even notice that.
Rip.
Lol.
Kraken!
Enemy destroyer blown up.
Well, nice job, Morigo. Thanks for sending in that replay, man.
Thank you for letting me come on.
Yeah, always. Alright, we'll move on from you to another replay. I want to try to get through other people's that are here, and then we'll get to some ranked chat, and you're welcome to join in if you want on that.